I be seeing a lot of videos and a lot of takes on the internet saying dating pool is just terrible nowadays. Now, to a certain extent, I do understand where this idea came from. I feel like it came ultimately from social media and from the internet. And the same people who had these ideas usually talk about the old days like they were just some glorious days where everybody was angels. Which honestly, I have literally never understood, because I feel like if you talk to one old person, they will literally tell you that they did the exact same things that happen now, but there just weren't any cameras. And initially, maybe if you haven't talked to a lot of older people, that might surprise you, but I feel like it's kind of common knowledge. It's really plastered on the internet if you just go look for it. Now, like I said, the internet definitely has changed the world a lot, but honestly, the biggest reason that I feel like people kind of don't work out nowadays is honestly comparison. See, the thing about Instagram and all of these other social apps, maybe even Tinder and Hinge and stuff like that, is that you have a constant comparison of girls that you might think are better than the one you talking to right now. And honestly, that is not something that they had back in the day. Back in the day, bro, you wanted to run into some girls, bro, you had to physically see her in person. Unless, of course, you wanted to look her up in a phone book or something, I don't know. But in a way, honestly, this was probably a gift and a curse. It was a gift in the sense that because you didn't have all of these internet baddies to look at all day, you wouldn't really always think that you could do better. Because I really feel like subconsciously, that's what that always puts in your head. Every time you go on Instagram, you're looking at some Instagram baddie, dreaming about that being your woman one day, even though that is very superficial and you should not do that. When you got the good girl who lives across the street, bruh, I feel like that leads dudes nowadays. Honestly, nowadays, I feel like that leads dudes to be more ungrateful than there not being any good ones out there. I'll admit, it's hard, bro. You literally go on Instagram and you could scroll on your timeline and see 10 different girls, and it's just never been like that. But at the same time, you gotta think, that literally has your dopamine fried, because that's what you become used to. You just become used to seeing the baddest of the bad all the time. The main issue that I see dudes complain about now is that they feel like girls have some unrealistic expectations. They feel like you gotta be Kevin Durant, you have to have 5 million, you have to own a yacht. And ultimately, yes, there are girls like that, but I feel like the majority of them aren't. Most of the time, from what I've seen, most of the dudes who can't get girls is more of a skill issue. It's more of a you have no game issue.
Fix the game! It sucks!
Like, you be trying to go up to her and talk to her with the same charisma as Mark Zuckerberg.
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far. Nice job, team.
Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. Y'all think Mark Zuckerberg is human? Sometimes I be wondering too. But yeah, bro, that's not gonna work. I don't know how you expect to be able to wow her with that horrendous, non-existent game that you claim you have. See, myself, I have homeboys of all shapes and sizes. And what I have noticed is that there are individuals, no matter what they look like, have always struggled, and individuals, no matter what they look like, who have always excelled in that field. I actually remember one guy from my high school. Dude literally had to be like 5'3" on a good day. And he used to pull like baddies. And do you know why? Because he had confidence in game. The biggest thing out of anything is just having confidence in yourself. See, some of y'all go up to these girls and be like, what if she reject me? What if she say no? Who cares? Like, yeah, she rejects you and it is what it is. Life goes on. Live to fight another day. It'll be all right, brother. I literally seen some people get rejected and act like the world is going to end.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
It's not that deep, bro. Everybody ain't gonna like you. That's just how it goes. But don't be worried about the outcome, because if you think she's not gonna like you before you already talk to her, you already lost, brother. I always try to look at it like this. I feel like I'm always going in with nothing. So if I leave with nothing, who cares? I finished with what I started with. Like that famous saying says, you miss every shot you don't take. But just because you take the shots does not mean they're gonna go in. And you have to be okay with them not going in. Now, I'm not telling you to shoot from like half court. Don't get in trouble now. Standing right under the goal, you stand at the 3-point line and you a good shooter, it went out, bro. Speaking on that confidence thing that I was just talking about, bro, if you talk to a girl, don't be going up to her all nervous and sweating and stuff, trying to see what she gonna say. Go up there, introduce yourself, ask her name, and say, can I get your number? Don't have to be much more than that. A lot of y'all be over there trying to have whole fake conversations with people.
I'm just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's alright. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Which ultimately, honestly, if it worked, it worked. So I really can't say nothing bad about it. I feel like most people I've seen do that out of nervousness, not out of genuinely wanting to have a conversation, which I feel like the other person can tell. Think about you. You can tell when somebody really wants to talk to you about something, or when they talk to you about something that's like not related at all. And you're like, how did we even get here? And for the young people who are my age, 21, saying that the dating pool is like terrible. Bro, you just started living, brother. You don't even halfway know who you are yet, and neither does the other person you're probably talking about. So how do you expect for y'all to just click just like that? Yes, I get it. Back in the days, they used to get married a lot younger. But you know what else they did a lot back in the day? I ain't even gonna speak on that. But anyway, just because something was a certain way a time period ago doesn't mean it should still be like that now. There's a bunch of things that happen in history that, trust me, you would not want to come back. And as far as every girl being promiscuous, have you even thought about where you're looking at? Y'all be trying to find love in clubs, in parties, at college. Just joking about that college one.
Stop the cap.
But anyway, why don't you try looking for a girl, not for her superficial looks, maybe for what's more on the inside of her. It sounds super corny, but it's actually real. Look for somebody you actually connect with, something they do that you actually like, things like that. Stop trying to look for the bad Instagram model. And I don't know if y'all have seen the recent stories on a lot of them Instagram models, but them Instagram models do not be good people. Some of them at least. But that's what happens when you date with your eyes and not your head, bro. For all the younger people who may watch this, bro, just give it some time, bro. Honestly, most of the people in my life who I think got married, they didn't get married till they was like 30, some even like 37. A lot of people that I know, it took them a longer time to actually find the right one. And there's nothing wrong with it taking a long time. You can't rush the process, which is always why I found apps like Tinder and Hinge, all that stuff weird, because I feel like it's a whole bunch of people just ultimately forcing the issue. Honestly, I feel like when you force things, it never goes right. Now, obviously, some people actually have found a real partner on here. So I guess sometimes it works, but I've just always felt like the concept was just a little strange. And then they be having like premium features now and stuff, which I don't even understand like how this works on a dating app. Like, would you get most swiped? Like, did make the person match with you or something? I don't know. If you're on Tinder, comment that down below. Explain to me how it works. But yeah, don't force it. Take your time. You won't find it. And don't expect to find it tomorrow. As my cousin once told me, you usually find something when you stop looking for it. So don't look for it. And literally not caring about it could be one of the easiest ways to even increase your chances with people. You know why? Because usually when you're not worried about it, you're usually working on yourself a little bit more, which is what I would hope you would do in this time period. Now, some people do choose to do more unproductive things. If you're in a time period where you cannot worry about it, try and focus on yourself and really increase your value. Now, when I say increase your value, I'm not talking about like money spreads and posting some inspirational quote on Instagram. No, I'm talking about actually putting yourself in a better position, getting to work, increasing your hygiene, things like that. You know why a lot of girls like these NBA players and rappers and all of these successful people? Money! Yes, my friend, money for sure. Definitely do have our gold diggers out there. But a lot of them are attracted by the idea of success. Just like from a male point of view, I am attracted to the idea of success. I like seeing my girlfriend going to college, doing things, working hard to get somewhere in life. That's the type of thing that I really like to see. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be the same way for a girl, especially one that's actually worth talking to. And I promise you, once you start getting on a clear trajectory, knowing what you want in life, you'll attract them. Now, I'm not saying you gotta be a millionaire. Even just something as simple as having a clear direction in life and sticking by your morals and values can really be enough. I hope I don't sound like them red pill people. At the same time, don't turn a cold shoulder to it and feel like that nothing will ever go well for you in life. Especially if you like my age, bro. You just started. Feel like you already got this adulthood thing figured out. I know I sure don't, but I do understand this. Another thing, bro, once you do find a girl, once you do find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, if a woman happens to be watching this, just cherish what you have, especially if you love that person. Like J. Cole famously said, there's always gonna be a car that's faster than the one you got. Always gonna be a house bigger than the one you got. Always gonna be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. Always gonna be a girl better out there on the curb, but you ain't gonna never be happy until you love yours. At the end of the day, bro, just love yours, love your life, take your time, and eventually you'll find what you're looking for. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Hey, like the video.
Bye.